not connective tissue, it's fat. But name the wrapping is myelin. If it was connective tissue, sorry, I'm going back to 231. If it's connective tissue, that's actually when we're talking about endoneurium, perineurium, epineurium. Okay, so connective tissue wrapping is something different. This, what you're going to see really well, is the myelin. Okay, remember the myelin sheath? Remember that was the Schwann cells? If it's out in a peripheral area, it's the Schwann cells that wrap the myelin, okay? If it's in the CNS, myelin wrapping in the CNS is a different glial cell. Do you remember what that one was called?
Oligodendrocytes.
The oligodendrocytes. Leaving that. Okay. I actually don't like that one. The
Can you say what the other one was called again? The peripheral nerve.
with osmic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's osmic acid. That's what you want to find, is the osmic acid. The other slide that you definitely want to take a look at, where is it? It's called it says dorsal root ganglion on it. Hold on. Spinal cord. Spinal cord and ganglion. This is the newest one we have. We just got this. It's a little stained. It's stained purple. It's a little nicer than the pink. On this one, I've got a slide I can show you, but on this, many structures, my friends. And motor neurons, and sensory neurons, and like a ton of, so you have to look at this. 4X is your friend, okay? So 4X, and I don't mind you videoing, but I want you to share it with me.
I will.
That's totally good. I've gotten over, like, what do I look like? Because I don't care anymore. But 4X on this one. And sorry, I didn't tell you about, with the peripheral nerve osmic acid, you're not going to do 4X. You're going to definitely do 10. For sure 10 on this one. Okay, so those two are good, and we're still in review. The other one is the giant multipolar neuron. Okay, giant multipolar neuron. Probably saw it on 231 lab exam. You might see it again. Basically, you're looking at those nice star-shaped neurons, and they're usually purple stained. That is a multipolar neuron. That's the type. What neuron type? It's a multipolar neuron. There's other kinds, unipolar, bipolar. That is a multipolar neuron if it asks for type. And then it could ask for, what are the dots? Those are glial cells. All of them, right? It could be, we don't know. It's a glial cell, but it could ask you for name a glial cell. Just throw one out there, astrocyte. Okay? You do need to know those glial cells and their function one more time for 230 for the review. But come up with a one-word function. Chemical, that's not one, but chemical environment, astrocytes. Gotta get it quick, so you just want a couple words. Okay, another. Okay, for the new material, and I'll show you a slide online. From the new material, you do want to look at the cerebellum. And the cells that you want to find for the cerebellum are Purkinje cells. You don't have to know their function, you just have to know they're really large cells. These Purkinje cells have these big axons. So Purkinje with the cerebellum slide, and it's the mammal cerebellum. That's for new material. And that's pretty much the only one that you'll probably see on there. So you'd find the Purkinje cell, I'll show you, and then maybe white matter. I'll show you where the white matter is. I think we're good. We're good. So I'm gonna go and pull up the slides really quick if you're okay. Good? Definite, right here? Oh my gosh, tracks, CNS, axons, right? Boom. Nerves, what is a nerve? PNS, axons. So having that really quick, having these definitions. What's a ganglia? Cell bodies, but where are they? In the PNS, out here. Really quick. Nucleus, cell bodies, but where? In the CNS, in the central nervous system. So these definitions are really good. They're going to really help you, especially even in lecture. These are nice. Okay? Wonderful. All right, your meninges. I know you know them. Find that model. There's a model that looks like this. Exactly. Somewhere. It has the meninges. It's nice to do the meninges on that model. You know which one I'm talking about. It looks just like this. You can see the spinal cord cross-section. Very likely to see those meninges in this way. Most likely that's where you'll see it. Okay, we are going to need to talk about roots, spinal nerves, and rami. Probably went over it way too fast because it was like the end of 231. So we will see a better slide when we talk about roots. So anything nervous system should be yellow on models. I mean, generally speaking, it's going to be yellow. So if you see something yellow and there's a sticker on it, do not put like artery, like some artery, right? Always put something nervous system, okay? So we'll talk about the yellow in a second. Okay, parts of the spinal cord. Parts of the spinal cord. Remember the spinal nerves, they're numbered C1 to A, T1 to 12, remember? So you could just name one, like here's C3, and it's just coming out. You just count them. C1, 2, 3. Does everybody remember that part? Spinal nerves just coming out of the spinal cord. They come out on both sides. Good. Okay. Perfect. There's other parts that we need to name. The Conus Medullaris, it'll be at the bottom. I'm going to show you which model you're going to look at, but it's the end. It'll look kind of like a cone, but it's the end of the spinal cord. Everything else out here, these are all nerves now. And where is that? Like, about what level is that?
L3.
What level vertebrae?
L2.
L1, L2. So if we give you a spinal tap, or this is the model. If we give you a spinal tap or a epidural, we are not going to go in anywhere up above the L2. Because if we hit this, we could paralyze you. So we're going to go way down below. We might hit a nerve, but you'll just have a headache. So the Conus Medullaris, that's going to end the spinal cord around that. Below that, those nerves below the conus, it looks like a fan, like a horse's tail. Anything, if you see the sticker there, that's called Cotter Coin. So those are two structures, definitely know them, on that model. Okay. What's the name of that model? What's the number, real quick? GE21, perfect, thank you. So find those two structures on there. All right, we're moving on. This is your slide. Okay, this is your cross-section spinal cord with the dorsal root ganglion on it. Yours isn't going to look as this good. It's okay. You will find some structures, like, what is this hole right here, friends?
Central canal.
Central canal, okay, so that's a famous one. The central canal. And then this is a commissure, okay? So, sorry, I can't remember if it's called the white. If it's white, it's called the white commissure.
It's gray.
If it's gray, it's called the gray commissure. So you'll see it in your lab, so it's gray.
Yeah.
So the question could be, name the structure surrounding the hole. Gray commissure. I've seen that, okay? The butterfly shape, okay, that's all gray, right? That's all gray matter. So those are nuclei, or sorry, those are cell bodies. Okay, those are cell bodies. Good. Now, the other things that you might need to know are motor information and sensory information. Which direction would you expect? So I need to be able to know what's the back, what's posterior, and what's anterior. Now, how do I figure that out? Okay, how do I figure that out? Because I can't see it on it. The fissure. Is the fissure anterior or posterior?
Posterior.
Anterior fissure. Check me. Make sure. Anterior median fissure. Just check me. I haven't prepped myself. Is that true? Anterior. If this is anterior, the posterior will have a sulcus. Okay? Is that right?
No.
Okay. Anterior median fissure. Okay, so you could be asked that. Now, if it's anterior, that means that this is going to be ventral coming in. If it's ventral coming in, ventral going out, Is that motor, the ventral going out, is that motor or is that sensory? Going out, it's motor. If it's dorsal, you'll have the dorsal root ganglion somewhere out here. I don't know what happened to it, but you'll have it. And so it's sensory information coming in. The dorsal root ganglion has sensory cell bodies. The dorsal root ganglion has sensory cell bodies. I know I'm going fast. Sorry about that. So, but look at this, definitely look at this slide. And always, you can always call me over if you feel anything. The horns very rarely get asked on this. They would be asked on a model for sure. Okay. What else? Well, look, it's going to tell us. It's going to tell us all the stuff. Okay. This piece, I don't think is on your checklist. Okay, what else do we need to know? There's the gray commissure. The white commissure would be the white around it. Okay, this white matter that's around it. Near the central canal. Here's your dorsal root ganglion. Here's your ventral root. So we have what kind of information coming this way?
Sensory.
Sensory and
Motor.
they come together and make a spinal nerve.
Mixed nerve.
Okay, and that carries both sensory information and motor information. So we can call it mixed. Okay, spinal nerves have both. Okay, that's much better. This is a much better slide. So we can really see that nice dorsal root coming up. Okay, dorsal ganglion. That's nice. You can even see dura. This is a meninge here. That's dura. Okay, pia would be here. Okay. I think we're good. I'm going to keep going. Just the spinal nerves. You never know. You might get a sticker on C3. And you just count it down. All right. Okay. This looks terrible, but let's do it together. Okay. And then I'll probably stop for today. Okay. But what we want to do, here's your spinal cord. And you can see coming out are the two roots. So don't be nervous. We know those two roots. We've got the dorsal root here, and then the ventral root coming in here. Okay, I know that's really hard to whew. Okay, when they come together, when the two roots come together, what is it called? Just a nerve. Okay, it's just, okay, remember that's mixed when they come together. All right. Oh gosh, that's really hard to see. They're coming together here. So they should kind of come together here. Okay? So root, they come together here, spinal nerve. Okay? Now the spinal nerve will split into three. What are those three things called?
Rami.
Yeah, good. Rami is plural, which is fine. So we're going to name those three rami. There's a ventral rami, a dorsal rami, and a communicative rami. Definitely want to know those three. Okay. So if it's going off to the back and small, it's dorsal. If it's coming off and it's bigger, and it might be going towards the front, then it's ventral, but it's going to look nice and big. The ventral will be big because it innervates your arms and legs. So it's very large. And then communicating usually drops straight down or in a weird direction. And it has to do with your autonomic nervous system. What I want you to do, the rami really want to know, and then they'll go into a plexus. But what you want to do with your rami is find it on the model. And there's a cross-section, spinal cord cross-section model that's really nice. It's the flat board one. I won't bother you yet. But you know that flat board one that I'm talking about? It's about yay big. It'll have those three rami on it. Find them, okay? Okay. I think we're going to just leave it there.